Hello and welcome Spring 2023 students to the orientation video for Cal 1 and Cal 2 online. My name is Robert D. Giovanni. I'm the instructor for the course, and this video serves the purpose of kind of getting you acquainted with what my expectations are for the class and how you'll be navigating around and getting work done. So like I said, this orientation is for both my Cal 1 and Cal 2 classes. Even though there are different, material is going to be covered, the layout and the structure of the actual online course is the same. So thus I just do one video. There will be slight differences, and I'll point those out, when I get to those. So I'm assuming here you can get to our main Canvas page. That's what we're looking at here. First thing I want to talk about is communication. All communication other than you calling me or texting me. Other than that, all communication like email is going to need to be done using this inbox. So if you click on inbox, this is pretty self-explanatory. Here's your inbox. If you want to compose an email, you do it up here. I'll let you figure that out. It's not difficult. But if you have questions, you can reach out and I will help you out with that. So let me go back to the class, and we are going to look at the Cal 1, even though it's going to look almost identical to the Cal 2. And what you'll see here, hold on. Okay, what you'll see here is, I'm going to switch to student view here. You'll see a couple of links here, and the first one here, this is my office information, but that's all in the syllabus. So you click on syllabus, it'll take you to the syllabus. Let's look at that. And for the syllabus, the main thing to know on this is it concerns, or the first thing I should say is my contact information in terms of how to get in touch with me, where I'm located on campus, in Juniper Hall, room 111A. And then once you go in there, you go and find 1110. So if you want to come visit with me, which I encourage you to do if you're on campus, that's where I am. Here's my availability, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those are my times. And then if you want to reach out to me at a different time, I provide you here my cell phone number. And especially for online students, I encourage you to reach out to me if you need help. You can either call me or if you can send me a text. Now, I do ask if you send me a text that you please include your name, what class you're in, and then especially if you're working on a problem, you're struggling with it, just take a picture of the problem and then take a picture of any work that you may have done related to the problem. And then I can help you out. I might be at HEB or something. And if you're asking me, hey, I need help on number 4, I'm not going to know what number 4 is. So help me out by including as much information in that text as possible. And I'll try and reply back as soon as I can. There's some contact information here for the math department if you need to get in touch with the department. And then we get to the materials for the class. So you do not need to buy anything for this class. Everything's included in your tuition in terms of the book. We're going to be using an electronic book, an ebook. Here's the book. Don't go buy it. You will have access to this. You will, however, need a scientific calculator. You're allowed to have a graphing calculator, but it may not be a calculator that has what's called a computer algebra system on it. And those are things that'll do a lot of calculus for you. So those are restricted from your exams. If you have a question about that, or if you own one and you're like, what am I going to do? Get in touch with me because we can provide you a graphing calculator for the semester. You can check it out from our tutoring lab. Just get with me and I can help you coordinate that. Now, the description of the course, this is going to vary from Cal 1 and Cal 2 here. This is the description for Cal 1. But I'll let you read through that yourself. That's what Texas requires us to have in our syllabus, says what we're going to be doing. Now, in terms of a grading scale, standard college level course, A, B, C, D, F. Of course, I will round up, so an 89.5 will round up to a 9 or to an A, so on and so forth. But there's no like A plus, A minus. It's just A, B, C, D. So if you have a 90, it's the same as having 100. All right. Now, as far as how your grade is determined, this is the breakdown. And I haven't really explained how the course really works yet, but you're going to do homework online through an online system. It's a lot of homework problems. That's only 6% of your grade. And the reason why that's 6% is because on the homework problems, you can do it, get it wrong, do it, get it wrong, and eventually it gives you the right answer. And so theoretically, everyone should get hundreds on their homeworks. but that's where you're practicing, right? So it's up to you to take the initiative to be learning what you're doing as opposed to just getting correct answers, right? So all that homework that you submit through Webassign is only 6% of your grade. You will also have to include handwritten work. So for all those homework assignments that you do online, even though you're typing in answers, you have to have handwritten work to go with that. And you're gonna have to scan that or take pictures or something. And you're gonna have to upload all that work to me. Think of it like a binder. You're gonna be keeping a binder, and all that homework at different points throughout the semester have to be sent to me electronically. So that's gonna make up 10% of your grade. So what you do on paper is worth more than what you do on the computer, right? And then you're gonna have let's get through the 2 exams that you have at home. Okay, you take 1 exam at home, exam 1. That's 12% of your grade. You do that on your own time. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. You're probably going to have your notes and things to reference. There's no way I can stop you from cheating, so to speak. But that exam is 12% of your grade, and you're going to have handwritten work to go with it. But otherwise, you're kind of on your own for that one. Same with exam 3. That's done at home. Right? The big exams, the ones that really, really make a huge difference for students in this class, is exam 2 and exam 4. That's kind of like a midterm and a final. Exam 2 will cover everything we've done up to that point in the class. And that will be 30% of your grade. That's going to be a live Zoom meeting. And I'll discuss that a little bit in the next section of the syllabus. That's 30% of your grade. And then exam 4, which is like a final exam, that will cover everything after exam 2. So like the second half of the class, everything after exam 2 up until the last bit of material on our schedule. That's the other 30% of your grade. So those 2 exams alone, exam 2 and 4, are 60% of your grade. It's hard to fail both of those exams and still pass the class. Okay, you have to be able to do well on those 2 exams. So in terms of those exams, I mean, this is an online course, but we do actually have 2 virtual meetings that will take place in Zoom, and the days and times for these are established now. So the first one, exam 2, is on Friday, March 24th. Now you can either come to the 9 a.m. Exam, you show up at 9 and it goes until 12:45, or you can come to the 6 p.m. exam and that goes till 9:45 at night. So your choice. And I will send out a sign up sheet so people can, you can pick which time slot you're coming to, so I know who's going to be there. But you get to choose. And then same for exam 4, that's going to be May 12th, 9 a.m. or 6 p.m. So I'm giving you, well, at least for exam 2, I'm giving you about 8-week notice. If you work, the rest of the syllabus says here, you have to show up to these. If you're late, if you're not there, you're going to get a 0. If you have a conflict with work or something, you're going to have to give me notice. I ask for 2-week notice. That way I can make accommodations for you. But I'm really going to be, how do I say this? I'm really wanting you to try and work one of these time slots into your life somehow. All right. Work with your employer, work, with whoever it is, whatever the conflict is. If you cannot get that squared away, then reach out to me. All right. Do not contact me after the exam is over. If the exam comes and goes and you don't show up, it's a 0. And that's it. There's no exceptions. No one can take the test late unless you have something like, I've had students who got arrested. I've had students who, had to go in the hospital. I mean, there are exceptions, but it can't just be, hey, I forgot, and I'm probably going to ask you for some sort of validation as to why you missed the exam, just to be fair to everybody else in the class who actually was there. So that's the 2 exam requirements. Those are the 2 30% exams that I expect you to be at. Now, how is the course designed? So basically what I've done is I've created a set of videos, and basically these videos were videos that I did during a real face-to-face class years ago. All right. So I was teaching Cal 1 or Cal 2, and I had a camera in the room and I recorded. Now for Cal 1, there are two types of videos. Okay, there's that you're going to use to learn for Cal 1. There's what's called the course video, which is a short video for each section that just covers like definitions, theorems, and things like that. Okay, and then there's what's called the class video, which is a video of me in class going through my lecture notes, doing examples, and working through the theory. So for Cal 1, it's two different sets of videos that you use to learn. For Cal 2, it's just the lecture video. And in that lecture video, actually go through all the definitions and theories. So they're slightly different, but the idea is still the same. I do expect that you will be watching hours and hours of videos, which I understand for internet, you know, like we're all used to the very short little, you know, YouTube short little 2-minute video or whatever, TikTok, whatever, you know, where we just want to go through to the next video and be entertained. That's not what this is. All right. I expect that you're going to put some time in. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm a coughing attack there. Okay. So I was saying, I expect you to watch, you know, a lot of videos. There's no way that you can learn calculus with little 2-minute videos from YouTube. It's got to be something thorough so that you can understand all the little details and nuances of what's going on. Yeah, I don't know where's my voice going here. Okay, so you'll watch the videos, and then what you do is you go into this online system called Webassign, and in Webassign you're going to be doing the homework problems, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little while. Now, if you struggle on the homework problems, I have additional videos of me working through problems similar to those that you have in your homework, so you can at least reference something, you know, where you're like, okay, I don't know how to do that, and then you can watch me do it. Now, the online system Webassign also has their own videos made by the publisher of the book, the ebook, where those videos are done, you know, to help you. Not every problem has them, some of them do. So you'll then, you know, you've watched the videos, you learned the material, you've tried the homework, you've got some videos, you know, to help you with that. And then if you're still having issues, I encourage you to come to my office for one-on-one office hours. I told you when I would be in my office. And then if you still need help, text me, make sure you send me a picture of the question and the work. And then what you do is after you finish that section, you move on and you do the next section, just repeat, repeat, repeat until you get to the exams. And I already talked about exams 1 and 3, the ones you do at home, and then exams 2 and 4, the ones that you'll do on the Zoom session. Now, in terms of homework, I apologize. This is all of a sudden, I just can't talk. Your homework's done, you know, online, it's done through the system, right? But you also, like I said earlier, your grade, you're going to have to have handwritten copies of your homework. So you're going to keep this like, you know, binder of all your homework that you've been doing. And I'm going to collect that at each of the exams. So when you take exam 1, you're going to do that work. You're going to have the work for exam 1. You're going to submit that, even though you do it online, you're going to submit handwritten work for exam 1 to me. But you're also going to submit all the homework you've done up to that point as a separate file. So you're going to send me 2 files at exam 1. One for the work for the exam and one for all the homework that you've been doing. And then for exam 2, same thing. You're going to do it on Zoom, but then you'll submit your handwritten work for exam 2, and then you'll submit all your handwritten work for the homework that you've done after exam 1, but up to exam 2. Same thing for exam 3, same things for exam 4. So this will start to hopefully make a little more sense as I go through the calendar and show you the modules. I'm just trying to explain this as it appears in the syllabus right now. All right, so I give you some more information about exam 2. Exam 2 and 4. Let's talk about this because this is really kind of an eye-opener for a lot of people. Oh, I thought I was taking an online calculus course where I was just going to do all my work online. Nope, you got to be at this Zoom and you got to take these exams, and they're worth 60% of your test. And I'm very, very thorough when it comes to making sure it's you doing it and that there's fairness and that it's legitimate and trying to maintain the integrity of the class. So what you're going to do is you're going to show up to that Zoom meeting for exam 2 or 4. You're going to show up to the Zoom meeting. Everyone's going to be in there. And then what I'll do is I'm going to email everybody the exam. So you'll be sent out a copy of the exam. You'll be on your computer, you'll be on Zoom, and you will, at that point, you're either going to print out the exam if you have a printer. If you do not have a printer, you're going to have to hand write or copy all the problems down. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but that's what you have to do. And then once you've done that, either printed it or hand copied it, you're going to send me a chat in Zoom. You're going to say, hey, I'm starting the exam. You're going to make sure your camera is set up properly. Now I'm going to show you what that means in a minute. And then once your camera is set up properly, you're going to show the camera your face. You're going to show the camera a picture ID. Okay, you can use driver's license, military ID, school ID. Then you will have to show the camera every single page that you have in front of you, like everything, okay? Front and back, every single thing you have in front of you, you have to show the camera. And then once you've done that, you will begin working on the exam, right? It's paper and pencil, paper and pencil, paper and pencil. And then when you're done, right, once you finish the exam, you're going to send me a chat. You're going to say, I'm done. You're going to show the camera again, the front and back of every page that you have in front of you. Then you will log out of Zoom, and then you're going to scan your work and upload it to me. And I'll give you a 15-minute window to do that. So I'm just trying to give you an idea, and I'll send you out formal instructions for exam 2 and 4 later, but this just kind of gives you an idea of how those exams work. And then I will hand grade each of those exams. Okay, there's nothing that's submitted for those exams online in terms of like through Webassign. Everything is going to be based on the handwritten work that you submit to me. Now, how to do well in those exams, I talk about this. I'm going to send you a review. Okay, the review is important. You need to be able to do the review. If you have any problems with the review, you're going to have problems with the test. So the review will probably go out about 2 weeks before the exams 2 and 4, you'll get reviews. And so please work on those. And at some point I will send you the solutions to the review as well. Now, exams 1 and 3 do not have reviews because you're at home, you have all these resources, you know, you should be okay. All right. Now, the rest talks about if you miss a deadline, like a homework assignment was due at a certain day, you can request automatically through the Webassign system, you can request an extension. And I'll let you go through that process. It's not difficult. You just have to wait. Like if the assignment is due at 11:59 on Sunday night, you know you're not going to get it done. You have to wait till 11:59 passes before the system will allow you to request an extension. And then attendance is just like, hey, you know, this is an online class, but you still need to be on task, right? Following the calendar that we're gonna look at. So if you start to fall behind and miss deadlines, you could be dropped from the course. And then the rest of this is just kind of administrative stuff. And then there's a schedule here, but I have a different version of the schedule I want us to look at. So that's the syllabus. I appreciate your patience here. I understand like watching me do this video is like not fun, but get used to it. I'm gonna be talking a lot about calculus. You're gonna be watching long videos. So here's the first one, right? Okay, so we have our syllabus. Now, let's talk about the schedule. So the schedule checklist is something you can actually download and print. I recommend you do that. Just have it with you at home. What it does is it shows kind of like what topic or assignment is coming up, the date, and then kind of what it is. So if it's grayed out, you don't need to worry about it. If there's a white box, that means you need to worry about it. So like the homework syllabus confirmation is due on the 19th of January. And you're going to be that's going to be something you do on Webassign. You're going to put those answers into the computer. Same with getting started with Webassign. Same, you're going to put something in here. And then I'm going to ask you to actually do a sample of you taking some pages and taking pictures of them or scanning them, or however you're going to get your work to me. You're going to have an opportunity to actually send me a sample of those. So that should be upload PDF of work. I don't know why that's grayed out. I'll fix it. And then that you go through and now you start the material. So all those first 3 assignments were just like preliminary things. And then you're going to do section 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Now, if you're in Cal 2, this is going to look a little different, but you have these assignments. Cal 1 has this this other assignment in Webassign, extra credit. You can do it if you want it. If you want to, you don't have to. Then you'll have your at-home exam and so on and so forth. All right. So that's just something to kind of like a checklist. Now, let's go to modules. Modules is where I've got everything kind of laid out in order for you. So the course links, this first link is a link you'll click it on at one time. It'll get you registered in Webassign so that you can access all your homework assignments. And so you click there. I'm going to let you do that. If I click it, it's not going to work for me. And then this will take you straight to the ebook. And if you have any technical issues with getting into Webassign, which is Cengage is the publisher for that website, if you have any technical issues, click here. So that's where you'll click to go do your homework. Then the videos I was talking about, remember this is Cal 1, so I have course videos and class videos. For Cal 2, it's just lecture videos. You have solutions for homework problems. I have 2 versions of homework solution videos for Cal 1. There's only 1 version for Cal 2. So those are all your videos that you'll watch. And then you have course notes. So during my lecture videos, I go through notes. This is where you can print out, if you want, copies of those notes. And then the actual modules begin. So this, all this up here was kind of like administrative stuff. So first thing you're gonna do the syllabus confirmation. Click on that, it'll take you to Webassign. You go do that homework syllabus confirmation. Next, you learn how to use the online system, the Webassign. Click on that, do that. Camera setup. All right, let's look at this. This talks about what I expect during a Zoom exam, what's okay, what's not okay. So I just have an old class here that did a Zoom exam, and I have a bunch of students circled in red and green. And green means good and red means bad, and I try and explain why it wasn't okay. Like, for example, this student right here, and it was hard to see for you, but maybe it'll be better when you open this through Canvas yourself. This student right here, I can see their entire desk. I can see what's in front of them. Whereas I have a student like this one, way too far away. The camera is way too far away. This right here, this student, I can see what's in front of them on the desk, but I can't see what's on the wall, right? So they might have a bunch of stuff taped up on the wall. I'm very, very critical about this. This needs to be a fair exam. So please take time to look at this. Make sure that when we get to exams 2 and 4, you have the ability to get your camera set up for those exams properly. I recommend that you use your cell phone. You go into Zoom through your cell phone, and then you set up your phone somewhere to the side and practice this before the exam. Do not show up that first time for exam 2 and not have not have tried this already, right, with your camera. Because if you can't get your camera set up properly, I'm not going to let you take tests. And if you can't take tests, then you get a 0, and then that's going to pretty much ensure that you fail the class. So please take the time to do that. Let's go at modules. All right, so the next thing is I show you how to make a single PDF. So if you have all these homework problems or all these pages of homework that you need to send to me, I want them as one file. I do not want it to be 10 different things. Like, here's my homework for the first section. Here's my homework for the second. It's all your homework together. Or when you take your exams, if you have 5 pages, I want all of them together into one file. So this page talks about how you can use different methods to go from multiple files down to one. Okay, using your camera, using scanners, whether or not you're using Android or iPhone. Everything here is explained. Now, I do have some samples, and I think it's worth us looking at. Here's an example of a good student's work. This is 15 pages. They're all pretty clear, legible, in order. Nothing's flipped over. It doesn't go number 1, then number 5, and then number 2, and then number 10. Everything's in order, right? That's real good. And then here's a bad file. I can't read that. It cuts off, what's that? This one, hard to read, upside down. Whoa, way too blurry. Okay. Before you send me anything, look at the file yourself and make sure that it's legible. All right. All right, back to modules. So where were we? So we're working through here. All right, so once you get to there, how to make a single PDF, I'm going to give you the opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to actually upload it. And so what you do here is click Start Assignment, and you're going to choose a file. So this is where you've already saved this file that has multiple pages on it into one file, and now you're going to send it to me. So this is a sample, an opportunity for you to practice. All right, so you do that. And then once you get through all that, then we're ready to start the material for the class. All right, so now we go to section 1.1. And so I can't start it because the class hasn't started yet, but that will take you to Webassign to go do the work. Now, if I'm going to do 1.1, remember what I would have done first is I would have watched the videos, right? I would watch the videos for 1.1. I'll show you a quick example here. If I click on this, this should open the video playlist. And here are the chapters and sections, and I can watch these videos. All right. All right. So that's the general layout. The modules, I think, is a great way to navigate through this course. You can also see on the right-hand side any assignments that are coming up. You can see them over here. All right, and it'll show due date. So as you finish these, it'll kind of knock them off. Let me go one more thing on the modules. All right, you start working through the sections. Then you get to this right here, Exam 1 handwritten homework assignments. Remember I said that you're going to have to submit all your homework at each exam? That's where you do it, right here. Okay, has a due date. Click on that. You'll take all your homework assignments. You'll get them into one file. You'll send PDF file. You'll send them to me. Then this is the link to the exam. That'll take you to go do the exam on Webassign. And then once you've done the exam, you have to submit your handwritten work for that exam. So the handwritten homework and the handwritten work for the exam are two different things. And then module 2 is set up similarly. The only difference is for exam 2, you're going to upload your work, but I will send you the link for that. I have not provided it here. I will send that to you later. Then module 3, same sort of layout, and then we get to module 4. And that's it. That's the whole semester. Okay, let's get back to our main page. All right, so we've got through modules, formulas. So on your exams, especially exams 2 and 4, you are allowed to have formulas printed out. You need to have these printed already, all right? You can't be looking at your screen during the test. In fact, most of the time I want your computer screen off completely in front of you. And so to be fair, I can't have some students looking on the screen at their formulas and some not. So nobody can have the formulas on the screen. So print these out before the test, have them with you. You'll show them to the camera, but these are allowed. So you have 6 pages here in Cal 1. In Cal 2, there's actually multiple files that you're allowed to have for the exam. Let me just show you. Let me close this student view. We're almost done. Hang tight. For Cal 2, when it comes to files, formulas here it is. Formula sheets you can bring to exam 2 and 4. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 separate files that you can open up, print out, and have those with you for exams 2 and 4. So I say that's one of your first tasks to get done. Just print all that stuff out. And if you don't have a printer, find someone who does. Let me stay in this one for the rest of the way here. I'll stay with my Cal 2 now. Go back to student view. It's got files and formulas. I do want to state in the files and formulas, this is where you'll also find the course notes. So as I'm working through my videos, I'm referencing notes. This is where you can actually get a copy of those. So like here, I'm just showing you, you don't have to print these out, just know that they're here. If I'm talking about partial fractions, right, then these are the notes I'm going through in class or in the video. All right, what else is in files? You have the stuff, the formulas you can bring. Course notes, the schedule, which I showed you earlier. This is different. I'll just ignore that for now. It's not important. All right, and then I have creating a single PDF. I already showed you that, but there's another way to get to that. That just, again, shows you how you can take multiple pages and get them into one PDF file. And then I have a picture of myself in my office. And this was, again, just to show you, this is a really good idea here for what your camera should look like. Notice the camera is from the side, so I can see clearly what's on the desk. I can see what's in front. That's what I'm looking for during exams 2 and 4. I need to play fair, for everyone to have a level playing field here. I need everyone to have a setup like that. So if you have any questions or concerns about that, please reach out to me beforehand, before you get to that exam. What else here? So that covers pretty much everything that's on our homepage. We already talked about the syllabus. You'll click on this to get your grades. As you know, as you go through the semester, you can go through and see your grades populate there. Modules we've already talked about. Files I just showed you. Discussions, if you want to have any discussions with your classmates, you can go on the discussion board. People, you can contact classmates this way as well. There's online tutoring. This right here, I don't know how good this is, a third-party tutoring that you can access. You get a certain number of hours per semester. Try it out if you can't find anyone else to help you, or come visit me. And then at the end of the semester, there will be a survey. Okay, so what I have not shown you is the online homework system. I just want to show you what Webassign looks like when you finally do get there. Come on, Webassign, what is all this crap on my thing? All right, so this is not what it's going to look like for you. Let me show you. I'll look at the Cal. Let's look at the Cal 2 student view. So it's going to look something like this when you come in. It's going to have assignments here. Down here, it'll have the ebook. If you want to read the book, it's down here. But your assignments will show up here. All right, one thing I want to state right now with this Webassign, there is a communication right here. Do not use this. That's a completely separate system. If you need to ask me a question about something, you either do it through Canvas email, or you call me, text me, use the phone. If I could disable this, I would, but I can't. So do not use that, please. Let me now show you, I want to show you what an assignment looks like. Nothing's here yet because the class hasn't started. So I'm going to just cheat and go through it like the instructor. Here we go. And let me just show you what homework looks like. So here it is. You have a question, and then you have a place to put in your answer, right? And it brings up a little template here, and you go through it. Some of these have read it, which will take you to the ebook. Some of them have videos that go with them. Some of them allow you to master it by trying additional problems. So this is your homework. Like I said, you can get things wrong a few times, then eventually it'll get you the right answer. The goal here is to not get 100 by just going and finding the answer somewhere, or just getting it wrong twice to get the right answer. The idea is that you're learning, right? And the biggest problem that I see with online calculus students is that they're not willing to put in the time to learn the material. They think that somehow this is an easier way to get through calculus, and they don't put in the time. They get hundreds on everything here, okay, right? Because that's easy to do. And then they get hundreds or high scores on exams 1 and 3, but they come to exam 2 and 4 and they do terrible. They get like a 15. And that's because they tried to find the easy way around. There's just no easy way around this, okay? Exams 2 and 4 are going to be kind of the true test for you. So to be prepared for that, this is where you do it right here. You learn this. If you're confused, if you don't understand, you ask for help, right? I've given you all those different resources. So at the end of the day, this course you can learn calculus. You can learn it online. It's possible, all right? But you have to put the time in, all right? You have to. If you are working 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week, and you're taking 3 different classes and you just don't have the time, well, then you put too much on your plate. That's something you're going to have to gauge for yourself. All right. You have to be realistic here. So I just want you to know that the expectation is that you have the time to do this, all right, and that you're going to put in the effort. All right, I think I've said this over now and over too many times. I think I've finished what I want to talk about during the orientation. If there's anything else that you're unsure of or that that's unclear to you, please reach out to me. You've already got my cell phone number, and let me know. Let me know if you got questions or if you just want to reach out to me and introduce yourself. Feel free to do that either phone or through the Canvas email. I look forward to a good semester. Probably won't see you all until exam 2, but I'm here for you if you need any help. Have a good semester, start to your semester, and everybody take care. Be safe.